Right now at 6, the community turns out to pay final respects to a Kansas City police officer killed in the line of duty.
Got a few light showers out there this morning, more showers and storms on the way. Look at your forecast coming up.
Plus, the fashion world mourns the loss of celebrated designer Giorgio Armani. We take a look back on his life and legacy.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News at 6 a.m. I'm Elise Noe.
And I'm Chris Warner. It is finally Friday here in the 4 states, September the 5th. And hopefully everybody's had a good week.
Yes.
Some of you, again, Elise mentioned earlier, a short week.
Right.
Not everybody
Yes.
necessarily, but some folks, a short week out there. And perhaps you labored on Monday, though. Got something accomplished Monday. I got stuff accomplished Monday. I've got a project I'm working on at the house, and I was able to get a few things. It's so funny. You only buy like 2 or 3 items, but then you're able to do so much with those 2 or 3 items, and you don't realize how much you can get done. So hopefully you've had a productive week, and maybe if you're doing something indoors, like the project I'm working on at home, today's a great day to do it because it's going to be a little bit on the soggy side outside. Not yet, though. Let's take a look outside downtown Pittsburgh. See, it's not raining there yet. Yet is the key, though. We've got dry conditions. MoDOT camera 20th and range line. Would you believe it's dry as well? Because it is. But again, it won't be for long. We do have a few isolated showers right now in our far northern counties. This, and that are not real. How do we know they're not real? Well, we put this into motion, and if you watch, they show up, but they don't move. Same with this little guy here. It just kind of shows up, and these little guys. It always happens in almost the same spots, too. It's just a radar overlap. It sometimes causes bad returns, and it's always in the same spots and almost the same shape, too. But that's not important. What is important is what really is happening. The light showers, they're actually falling apart in our northern counties because we're getting everything put in to shower storms out to our west. We have some down to our south as well, just north of the I-40 corridor. Nothing strong or severe expected, but if you look, you'll see lightning with some of this activity. So that's going to be our biggest concern, really, is the danger from lightning. That's going to be about it. So remember, when thunder roars, head indoors. And that's important because, A, if you're working outside today, you just want to make sure you're taking precautions. And B, we have Friday night football tonight, and for some of you, it may be a bit on the soggy side. Now, these are going to be scattered storms. We're looking more so at just better rain chances, but some rumbles of thunder will be possible, so just play it safe with the lightning. The other side of this is take the Kansas-Oklahoma border and draw that line straight across the area. If you're south of that point, you will still see some scattered showers and storms, but, and we'll put future track into motion in a moment, the better chances are off in the northern half of our area, but scattered showers, a few rumbles of thunder south of that point, not out of the question. You can see getting into the midpoint of some of these Friday night football games, still some additional scattered showers and a few thunderstorms will still be ongoing. They should begin wrapping up from west to east overnight, I think coming to an end at about 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. Temperatures 62 in Joplin right now, sitting at 61 in Pittsburgh and across the area. We've had some cool spots. Stockton this morning's been down there at 57. Lamar not far behind at 59. Then we have some warmer spots. Most of us in the low 60s, down south a little mild, upper 60s. We've got Jay and Bonita both at 68. So this is where it gets interesting. Take a look at how big this map is and take a look at all these communities out there that we serve. This is where the temperatures get a little interesting. Since we have this map, it's a little easier to break down. If you're, say, from Chanute, let's draw a line from Chanute, and you're west of that point, rain's going to work in a little earlier this morning. You may only make the mid to upper 60s for highs. Down south, where there may not be as much rain, you're already warmer, and you may make the low to mid 70s. But the bulk of us in the rest of this area should be about 70, which we'll go over in a moment. Kids get on the bus. Scattered showers, thunderstorms out there, mid 60s, same at lunch and recess, so might be time to, I don't know if they still roll out the cart with the TV on it or what they do. They've got those smart boards and all that cool stuff. But either way, probably an indoor event today. 70 by noon, mid 60s by the time the bus comes home. So that's the other side of this, is those of us who do warm up, temperatures are going to start dropping again by this afternoon. Mid 60s by 9, about 70 by noon, and then temperatures begin to fall through the evening. Low 60s by 6. Also breezy. North winds occasionally gusting to 25 miles an hour. So hold on to your hat and your umbrella if you're heading out today. We'll talk more about your forecast, show you more of these rain chances and how the weekend is shaping up here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, the community turns out to pay their respects one final time for a fallen Kansas City, Kansas police officer. The funeral procession for Officer Hunter Simoncic took place yesterday in Parsons, Kansas. Residents and law enforcement officials lined Main Street as the procession made its way to and from St. Patrick's Catholic Church. Now, due to the anticipated turnout, city officials closed many of the roads in the area of the procession. Officer Simoncic was killed in the line of duty on August 26 during a police pursuit in Kansas City. Residents were encouraged to line the streets during the funeral procession with American flags and blue ribbons in remembrance of Officer Simoncic. And firefighters battle a major commercial fire at Ozark Feather Company north of Carthage yesterday evening. The blaze on Caper Road sent flames 30 feet above the trees and could be seen from miles away. 7 fire departments from the surrounding area responded to the scene. No injuries are reported to firefighters or employees. Well, several storms swept through central Kansas on Wednesday, bringing hail the size of golf balls and ping pong balls. The large hail damaged vehicles, smashed windows, and even blew part of the roof off Elyria Christian School in Marion County, forcing classes to be canceled for cleanup. About 5,000 people lost power in the Wichita area, but most service was restored by 10 p.m. Italian fashion designer Giorgio Armani has died at the age of 91. Over 5 decades, he revolutionized fashion and built a multi-billion-dollar brand. Bradley Blackburn looks back at his remarkable life.
His name was synonymous with fashion, and for half a century, Giorgio Armani dressed the famous and the powerful, from titans of industry to global superstars.
He's a wonderful guy. He's a catch.
Born in a small Italian town in 1934, Armani thought of becoming a doctor before the world of fashion captured his imagination. In 1975, he founded his own design house and soon reinvented the suit. By removing inner linings, he shaped a new silhouette, the power suit that became a uniform for fashionable men and women in the 1980s.
I have a closet full still of those beautiful suits, those classic suits, and I still wear them.
Armani's eye and his savvy business moves built an enduring global brand. Red carpet appearances and countless fashion shows kept the clothes in the spotlight, and their creator, too.
The first time I wore Armani, I was maybe 16, and Destiny's Child, we thought we were just fabulous because we had on Armani.
In June, for the first time in the history of his house, Armani missed his fashion shows as he battled an undisclosed illness. He had been planning a celebration this month in Milan to mark 50 years at the height of fashion. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Italian newspapers call Armani King Giorgio, and today Armani's brand employs more than 9,000 people and has over 600 stores worldwide. And that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather coming up on the KOAM Morning News. Health Secretary RFK Jr. faces a combative Senate hearing over vaccine policies and CDC changes. Plus, deaths from a high blood pressure related disease are skyrocketing in the U.S. And we're tracking rain chances in the 4 states. Chris has a look at your weekend forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. Time now, 6:08. We'll be right back. But first, here's a live look from Albert Pouch Park ahead of the Cherokee Fall Festival. Well, topping Nation Watch, the White House is defending Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. this morning after yesterday's contentious hearing on Capitol Hill. In the hot seat, Kennedy faced criticism from both sides of the aisle over the recent changes to vaccine policy and a spate of firings and resignations at the CDC. CBS News' Jared Hill has more from New York.
He's a very good person. And he means very well.
President Trump is defending Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
If you look at what's going on in the world with health and look at this country also with regard to health, I like the fact that he's different.
After a combative Senate hearing.
You're making things up to scare people, and it's a lie.
With respect,
I do not think I'm the one making these.
Kennedy, who's questioned the efficacy of vaccines and elevated unsupported claims about their alleged harms, drew fire from even staunch Trump allies over recent cuts to vaccine research and access to the COVID-19 vaccine. Republican Senator Bill Cassidy is a physician.
I would say effectively we're denying people vaccine.
You're wrong.
It was Kennedy's first appearance on Capitol Hill since he pushed out former CDC Director Susan Menares last week, sparking a number of resignations.
These changes were absolutely necessary adjustments to restore the agency to its role as the world's gold standard public health agency.
In a Wall Street Journal op-ed yesterday, Menares wrote she was fired after refusing to, quote, pre-approve the recommendations of a vaccine advisory panel newly filled with people who have publicly expressed anti-vaccine rhetoric.
I did not say that to her.
So she's lying today to the American people in the Wall Street Journal?
Yes, sir.
That CDC advisory panel is set to meet later this month to discuss vaccine recommendations. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Ahead of yesterday's hearing, CBS News released a new poll showing that more than 70% of Americans believe vaccines should be made more available. More than half of respondents said they disapprove of the way Secretary Kennedy has handled his job, though those results are heavily skewed based on political party. 84% of Democrats said they disapprove, while 80% of Republicans surveyed said they approve of Kennedy. Well, still to come, Spirit Airlines eliminates service to 4 California cities as part of a major route cuts. Plus, Chris has another look at your Friday forecast. We'll be right back. Well, good morning. I'm Elise Snowy with your KOAM News update. 2 people suffered serious injuries Wednesday afternoon when a head-on collision involving 3 vehicles occurred on Highway 86 in front of East Newton High School. The Missouri State Highway Patrol reports a 38-year-old Stella man driving a 1997 Chevy pickup crossed the center line and struck 2 eastbound vehicles. 1 vehicle caught fire during the collision. The pickup driver and his passenger from Pineville were rushed to a Joplin hospital with serious injuries. A 66-year-old man died yesterday when his pickup truck rear-ended a school bus carrying 27 students from Utica Public Schools. The crash happened on US 169 at EW 370 Road in Rogers County. 9 students suffered minor injuries in the collision. The victim has been identified as David Whitty of South Coffeyville. The school bus driver, 54-year-old William Slater of Utica, was not injured.
And we'll have scattered showers and thunderstorms out there. Most of us should at least reach a high of 70, but it'll be early before temperatures fall through the afternoon. North winds gusting to 25. Scattered shower storms through the evening should be wrapping up overnight tonight, low 50s, and got a great weekend ahead of us, going into the mid 70s to near 80 on Sunday.
Lincoln Sewer Watch and Nico Potatoes is recalling packages of its frozen peas and carrots and mixed vegetables because they could be contaminated with listeria. The recall affects 6 states and the District of Columbia. The FDA says no illnesses have been reported so far, and the agency is investigating. People who have purchased the recalled items are urged to return them to the place of purchase for a refund. Spirit Airlines is cutting routes to nearly a dozen cities, including 4 cities in California starting next month. The budget air carrier is also nixing plans to begin services in a city in Georgia. The announcement came less than a week after Spirit announced that it was filing for bankruptcy for the 2nd time this year due to rising operating costs and debt. In a statement to CBS News, Spirit says customers affected by the change in service will be notified of their options, including a refund. $1.7 billion is the Powerball grand prize. KOAM's Ty Parks is at North Park Mall asking what they would do with the winnings.
The Powerball winnings are as high as they've ever been. We ask people what they do if they won.
There's a lot of things. If I won the lottery, probably buy one of my dream cars or a house or take a good vacation to like Bahamas.
Give my husband a house, the boat he wants, and then between the 2 of us, we got 12 kids, 12 grandkids, put money aside for them.
The older I get, the less I need. There's other people that could use the money, they've had trouble, hard times, whatever. I just think, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what Jesus would do, so that's what you do.
All of these are great choices. KOM sat down with an Arvest Bank senior client advisor about what someone can do to protect their new wealth.
Well, after you get done jumping for joy and telling whoever you want to tell, the first thing you want to do when you come into any kind of sudden windfall is you need to take some core advice. Our advice would be assemble a team of professionals. That would include an attorney. It would include a accounting professional. It would include a financial advisor so that you can begin to put together the right combination of advice to help you deal with that windfall.
Experts say it's best to put the money in an FDIC-insured account to protect it while you decide what to do next.
Those assets either to grow or how you want to disperse them, over what time period. It would also involve just setting those long-term goals for how the money's going to be used. Are you going to pass it on to the next generation? What kind of estate legacy do you want to leave behind? And those are things you want to consider because that's important because now all of a sudden you have something you never expected to have.
And one more point to consider about the Powerball.
I do have an interesting stat for you. Powerball's been around for 33 years. If you'd invested just $200 every month for the last 33 years, okay, you would have invested somewhere short of $80,000 in a growing mutual fund that could have grown to over $679,000. So you may want to consider, do I really want to play the Powerball or do I just want to be a good, steady investor over the next 33 years?
In Joplin, hopefully with a winning ticket, Ty Parks, KOAM News.
And that's a look at Consumer Watch this morning. Let's take it on over now to Chris for a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, we've got dry conditions for most of us now, but again, showers, thunderstorms on the way as we head through the morning. We'll have a complete look at your forecast when we come back. Time now is 6:20. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News just after 6:23 on this Friday. Morning start with Skywatch Storm Tracker. Not much happening yet in our area. This and that and these little things here. These are not real. You can see we've got several radar sweeps overlapping, and every so often they generate these false returns. So that's what we've got there. What is real, though, is up here. It's these light sprinkles now northwest of Garnett, north of Mound City, entering to parts of southwestern Bates County. That's about it there. However, we do have these showers and storms that are just south of Delaware County, so back toward Tahlequah and Stillwell. They are, again, rolling in. So parts of southern Delaware County eventually getting in on some shower activity. The other thing that is real is this activity, which is doing exactly as we were expecting. It's beginning to fill in across north central Oklahoma and south central Kansas, and it will continue to do so. And as it does, it will bring all of us some shower and thunderstorm chances across the region as we proceed through the morning. So we put this into motion, and you can see where this is just kind of filling in out here. We're getting the showers, we're getting some rumbles of thunder, all of that getting kind of organized out here. Now, we do have the lightning. Well, we're not expecting severe weather. We've harped on it all morning, but when thunder roars, head indoors. While we don't have any concerns over severe weather, the lightning's still dangerous, and I know it's Friday. A lot of folks probably working outside maybe today. The rain's not so bad. It's that lightning. Same with Friday night football is the other thing we have to watch because these showers and storms will continue for most of us through just about all day. It will be about 3 a.m. before they're completely done across the area. Now, as we've also mentioned, along the Kansas-Oklahoma border, if you just continue that line straight east, points south, you'll still get scattered showers and storms, but you may not see as much rain as folks to the north of that point as we head through the afternoon, which you can see on Future Track. Yes, there's still showers, still a few rumbles of thunder in the southern portion of our area, but as you can see, it's not nearly as much as what we're possibly expecting across the northern portion of the region. And this, again, will continue into Friday night football, which is going to be its own issue. So, again, the rain, not really a problem. It's a bit soggy. You want the umbrella, makes the players, makes it a little harder to play out there. But it's the lightning Maybe not that many thunderstorms, but when thunder roars, head indoors. Now, like I said, this will begin to come to an end from west to east overnight. And while Future Track thinks there might be some sprinkles tomorrow morning, I don't think that's going to be the case. We should see this wrap up gradually through about 3 o'clock in the morning. And then Saturday starts a lot like yesterday did, where we'll have those mostly cloudy skies initially, and then we'll start clearing out as we roll into the afternoon hours with some partly cloudy skies. We're cloudy now. Scattered shower storms through the morning. Again, mid-60s by 8. Upper 60s by 11. Now, some of you out west, again, if the rain starts a little earlier, you may not make it much warmer than this right here. I think most of us, though, should at least reach 70. And it's going to be an early high. Temperatures will start to fall as we head through the evening hours, mid-60s by 4, and gusty winds, too. A bit of a chilly rain. North winds gusting to 25. Still breezy through the evening. Winds becoming calm overnight tonight. Scattered shower storms continue. I'll be wrapping up overnight as well. We'll be back in low 50s, maybe even some upper 40s out there as well. But it's okay. Today's trade-off is this weekend. Look at that. So Labor Day weekend, we kind of got stomped on by Mother Nature. A little bit of rain out there, but this weekend not looking so bad. Mid-upper 70s on Saturday. Our average high, keep in mind, is about 86 degrees, and we will not be near that until Wednesday of next week. So not bad. Yeah, we warm up, but still not too terrible. Now, we do still look to heat up second half of next week, so we're going to be anywhere from 2 to 4 degrees above average. So we go into the upper 80s, close to 90. Let's check your forecast. We're going to send it over to Elise now with Health Watch.
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, deaths from high blood pressure-related kidney disease are skyrocketing in the U.S. Research being presented at an American Heart Association meeting finds in the last 25 years, hypertension-related kidney disease deaths rose nearly 50%. Researchers say the findings show high blood pressure causes more harm than just raising the risk of heart attacks and strokes, and that more screening and treatment is needed. And many people with high blood pressure aren't trying an effective method to lower their sodium intake. A UT Southwestern Medical Center study found less than 6% of people are using salt substitutes, which doctors say are a cheap and effective way to manage blood pressure. Researchers say awareness of the products is part of the problem. They also say the largest amounts of sodium we consume comes from processed and packaged foods and meals at restaurants. And when we eat meals could help us live longer. A study out of Turkey showed as people get older, they tend to eat breakfast later, and a later breakfast time was associated with depression, fatigue, and even higher rates of death. The impact was especially significant for older people. Researchers say this adds new meaning to the saying breakfast is the most important meal of the day. That's a look at Health Watch. We'll be right back. Right now at 6:30, the Spiva Center for the Arts unveils a special gallery honoring local veterans.
And we've got cloudy skies to start. Most of us are still dry for now, but shower and thunderstorm chances increasing through the morning. A look at your forecast coming up.
Plus, an old dog track in southeast Kansas gets a new life as an event center.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6:31. I'm Elise Noe.
And I'm Chris Warner. It is finally Friday here in the 4 states. Yes. September the 5th. Happy Friday.
Yes, here we are.
I know. Some of you get a short week. Some of you maybe not so much, right. But still hopefully had a great week. And I just a side note, that dog track thing, the project looks pretty darn cool. Yes. I know there have been folks in Pittsburgh have been waiting since that thing shut down. There have been so many different plans announced that just never made it, but now it's looking like they've got something. It's going forward out there, and a great opportunity once it opens to be indoors, where when it's raining or snowy or cold or hot, you can be inside.
Right.
Because that's what you want to do today. It's going to be a bit on the wet side. Quick look outside, downtown Pittsburgh. It's dry. Like I said, most of us, in fact, virtually all of us, are dry at this time, but it will not last. MoDOT camera 20th and Rangeline also looking good, still cloudy, but still dry as well. So here's what we've got. Again, a quick reminder, just some bad radar returns here with this stuff, so that's not there. We have some sprinkles in our northern counties. We've got now some real rain starting to work into parts of southern Delaware County. We do have some thunderstorms out here just south of Delaware County, down by Tahlequah. Then as we head out to the west, we have more showers and storms that are now working in along the I-35 corridor across central Kansas, north central Oklahoma. It's all of this activity that's going to blend together in this kind of messy look that it already has and continue to push east, bringing us additional shower and thunderstorm chances as we head through the day. That's the thing, though, is there's been some lightning. Not much right now with that activity, but we are seeing lightning picking up a bit with this activity south of Delaware County. And so that's where we get into the only problem we're looking at today. Is we're not looking at heavy torrential rains that would lead to flooding concerns at this point. We're not looking at any severe weather, but we are looking at the chance of some scattered storms, and you've got to keep in mind the main phrase: when thunder roars, head indoors. You don't want to be outside messing with the lightning. And that's going to be key tonight as well for Friday night football. We're looking at showers and thunderstorms continuing across most of the area. Now again, the Kansas-Oklahoma border, you draw that line out east, point south, you will still get scattered showers and storms. You may just not get as much rain as everyone to the north is going to get, but you'll still get the showers and storms, just not as much as, again, up north. And of course, you see by 8, we're talking the middle of some of these football games, still showers, still some thunderstorms going on. So just make sure you're playing it safe out there with those storm chances and with the lightning. We're at 62 Joplin, 63 in Pittsburgh right now. And across the region, it looks like this. We've got low to mid 60s for most of us, some upper 60s down south. So Jay, the warm spot right now, sitting at 68. So now if you are roughly from here to the west, you may not get too terribly much warmer than where you are now, simply because the rain will work into our western counties earlier than it does, of course, across the rest of the area. Kids getting on the bus, mid-60s with scattered storms, about 70 by lunchtime, and the temperatures falling through the afternoon, not plummeting, but dropping through the afternoon, mid-60s, and still scattered storms when the bus brings them home. So again, some of our western counties, mid-upper 60s may be as warm as you get. I think most of us, though, should at least reach an early high of 70 before temperatures fall back to the low to mid 60s into the evening. Also a bit breezy, so it's going to be a chilly rain. You want to hold on to that umbrella because we'll have north winds gusting to 25. We're going to talk more about these rain chances and how our weekend is shaping up here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, the Spiva Center for the Arts is unveiling a new gallery titled The Freedom Endeavor, featuring portraits of local veterans holding pictures of themselves when they were serving in the military. Officials from the exhibit say the gallery is a way to remember history and those who fought for our freedoms. Well, the Joplin Trail Coalition cut the ribbon on the first trail section to connect the Link Frisco and Ruby Jack Trail. The trails weave through the Cardinal Valley habitat where visitors can spot ponds, birds, and many other forms of wildlife. The old Camptown Greyhound Park is getting a new life, and it's now owned by the Marietta family, who plan to turn the space into a major event venue. Now, more than a decade after the dog racing ended in the late 1990s, now under new ownership, the Camptown event space is being transformed on Highway 69. Management says the property will host concerts, festivals, farm shows, and even fireworks. Construction on Phase 1 is nearly complete, with plans to make the venue a one-stop shop for entertainment in Southeast Kansas.
We're making sure we have all the amenities to accommodate any kind of event that we do have in here. We do have a full-service bar that's being built right now. We also will have a full-service kitchen. So everything will be in-house. Like I said, it'll be like your one-stop shop.
Management is encouraging the community to reach out with ideas for events they'd love to see, and for booking inquiries, all those details can be found on our website. Of course, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. The Neosho School District is launching a new partnership with Big Brothers Big Sisters aimed at mentoring a select group of students through high school and beyond. As KOAM's Lonnie Walton reports, Neosho School District says it will encourage personal growth and open opportunities.
My big brother, his name is Tom. We were matched actually as he chose to be matched with me and my brother Eric.
Mike Brown is the executive director of Big Brothers Big Sisters of Jasper and Newton counties. He says he was once matched with a big brother when he was 10 years old.
Here we are 42 years later. Tom lives in St. Louis, so most of our communication now is through text message or phone calls.
Brown's mentor changed his life for the good. Now he wants to spread the love to others. Paul Slag is the executive director of student services for the Neosho School District. He says Big Brothers Big Sisters will partner with students.
We'll have the opportunity to meet with these fantastic students to mentor them, talk about career preparation, talk about life preparation, and show them kind of their path towards success.
And not only that, they can receive credit.
This program, they have the opportunity to graduate not only with their high school diploma, but with an associate's degree from Crowder College at the same time.
It just creates that support system as they're beginning that transition out of high school.
Both Brown and Slag says there's some VIPs coming.
These mentors come from the community. They're community leaders in business and industry and education.
Key community members. We've got some great bank folks. We've got some folks from Lazy Boy.
Brown strongly believes in this program.
Information I know about Big Brothers Big Sisters isn't from some report that I read or some story I heard. I mean, as a former little brother, I've seen the value of having that mentor in my life and the change that it makes.
Reporting in Neosho, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
The program currently has 25 students. Slag says he hopes to add more in the coming years. And let's look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Shannon Becker joins us today to talk about his big 3 stories of the week. We'll be right back, but first, here's a live look from Albert Pouch Park ahead of the Cherokee Fall Festival.
All right, time for some Friday birthdays and anniversaries. We're going to start with Emerson Parker Wybrick, celebrating the big number 1. It says, happy birthday, love Mom, Dad, Aspen, Remy, Carson, Hallie, Nana, Papa, and Ava.
And a happy 3rd birthday to Romy White.
And in Cherryvale, Sage Avery celebrating birthday number 6 today. Happy birthday.
And in Lamar, a happy 8th birthday to Gatlin Pipkin. It says, have a great day, Papa and Gigi.
And in Frontenac, Lawson Schropp celebrating birthday number 8. Says, happy birthday with love from Mom, Dad, Carter, and Alexa.
And a happy 8th birthday to Kennedy Dooley in Columbus.
And in Girard, Braylon Duvall celebrating birthday number 12 today. Happy birthday.
And a happy 18th birthday to Kane C. in Pittsburgh.
And back to Girard for Tyrell Humble celebrating birthday number 19. Happy birthday.
And a happy birthday to Kim Howarth, turning 58 today in Lamar.
Heading over to Fall River, Kansas, we've got Keith White celebrating birthday number 80. Happy birthday, Keith.
And in Joplin, a happy 90th birthday to Gail Brown. It says, family and friends are thankful for you and with you happiest of birthdays on your amazing milestone.
And in Oswego, Tyler and Holly Dryling celebrating their 28th anniversary. A very happy anniversary to the Drylings.
And continuing the list over in Iola with a happy 56th birthday to Tammy Creviston.
And in Columbus, Dennis Hodgin celebrating birthday number 73. Happy birthday, Dennis.
And last but not least, over in Crestline, a happy 79th birthday to Anna Klein.
All right, a very happy birthday and anniversary to everyone on our list. And again, love those messages, love those pictures. And if you would like to celebrate your occasion or your loved one's occasion, Elise says it's information you need to jot down real quick.
Yes, please submit your birthdays and your anniversaries to birthdays@koamnewsnow.com. Be sure to include those wonderful photos and messages and to meet the deadline at the bottom of your screen.
Of course, very important information there. And of course, we got some weather information for you. Right now, not much going on in our area on the Skywatch Storm Tracker. Just a very quick reminder out there that like this and this, those aren't real. With all those radar sweeps, every so often we get these weird radar returns, but they're not actually anything out there. Just some light sprinkles or drizzle even here and there across the area. Delaware County, south of Jay, getting some actual rain down there along 412. That's about it so far, but we've got shower storms stretching back around Bixby, now south of Tulsa, up toward Ponca City, and back into Kansas around Hutchinson, west of Wichita, south of Wichita. back toward Pratt, Medicine Lodge, Great Bend. It's all of this that will eventually make its way into our area as it continues to push off to the east, and it's doing exactly what we said it would do. We were waiting for it to fill in this zone here, and that's what it's doing. Now, again, no severe weather is expected. That's the important part. But if you look at the loop, you'll see here and there we've been getting lightning from some of these storms. The lightning itself is dangerous even when the storms aren't strong or severe. So you just want to make sure you remember the big key phrase that we harp on with thunderstorms anytime is when thunder roars, head indoors. And that is going to be very important simply because we have Friday night football tonight. And these showers and storms are going to be persisting into the overnight hours. They'll be coming to a close from west to east overnight and be probably out of our area by 3 a.m. tomorrow. But until then, showers, thunderstorms out there. Now, again, Kansas-Oklahoma border, draw that line straight east, go south. You'll still get scattered showers and storms down here, but as you can see, even at noon on the future track, the rain chances are slightly better to the north than to the south, but you will still get, if you watch Future Track, scattered showers and storms, just maybe not as much rain as we're expecting to the north. And again, at this time, we're not expecting like torrential rainfall with this activity. It will be scattered in nature, so it'll stop raining for a bit before it starts up again. So really, the only concern we have is just with lightning from any of the thunderstorm activity. By the drive home, still scattered showers, thunderstorms out there. Now, some could produce some heavy rain in the thunderstorms, but we're not talking torrential rainfall leading to rapidly rising waters or anything like that. They continue by 9 o'clock. A lot of high school football games wrapping up, and you could see still scattered showers, even a few rumbles of thunder. So again, if you see the lightning, you hear the thunder, you want to make sure you're not on the field, you're not in the bleachers, but you got a safe place to go out there as we persist through the afternoon. And again, it'll come to an end from west to east, and I think by 3 o'clock tomorrow morning it should be done. I know Future Track is showing these sprinkles, these little showers out there tomorrow morning at 5. Just ignore that, pretend they're not even there. We're not really looking at any kind of rain chance by that time tomorrow, but Future Track believes just based on moisture content there might be a shower, but I think we're going to be dry because it's also showing showers where there's no clouds either, so that kind of gives you an idea. Sometimes it picks up on random things that just don't make sense. Not often, but sometimes. Our Saturday, though, shaping up to be a lot like Thursday, where we're going to start mostly cloudy, maybe some patchy fog in the morning, but as we go through the morning and into the afternoon, skies will clear and we'll have partly cloudy skies through the day and a fantastic Saturday ahead of us. Getting your day started today, though. It's dark outside, it is cloudy outside, and eventually it will be wet outside with scattered showers and storms, again working in from west to east. So keep in mind with this, some of you out east, even through 8, 9 o'clock, may not be getting any rain or storms just yet, but they'll be pushing into the area. Mid-60s to start, and we'll be heading into the upper 60s by 11. Now, further west, where the rain works in a little earlier, this may be as warm as you get, but I think most of us today should at least make 70 degrees. We're going to another look at your forecast here in just a moment, as well as your wake-up recap. And if you hang out with us on KOAM Plus, streaming anytime, or if you're watching over the air and you want to stick with us, all you have to do is go over to Fox 14 at 7 a.m., and we're going to tell you about an old Greyhound racetrack. This is fun. In Frontenac, it's finally getting some new life. Now under new ownership, the Camptown event space is being transformed on Highway 69. That story and more at 7 a.m.
This is your wake-up recap for September 5th. The top stories to start your day. 2 people suffered serious injuries Wednesday afternoon when a head-on collision involving 3 vehicles occurred on Highway 86 in front of East Newton High School. The Missouri State Highway Patrol reports a 38-year-old Stella man driving a 1997 Chevy pickup crossed the center line and struck 2 eastbound vehicles. One vehicle caught fire during the collision. The pickup driver and his passenger from Pineville were rushed to a Joplin hospital with serious injuries. Well, an old Greyhound racetrack in Frontenac is getting a new life. The Camptown Greyhound Park sat empty for more than a decade. Now, under new ownership, the Camptown event space is being transformed, and management says the property will host concerts, festivals, farm shows, and even fireworks. Construction on Phase 1 is nearly complete, with plans to make the venue a one-stop shop for entertainment in Southeast Kansas. And a 66-year-old man has died yesterday when his pickup truck rear-ended a school bus carrying 27 students from Utica Public Schools. The crash happened on US 169 at EW 370 Road in Rogers County. 9 students suffered minor injuries in the collision. The victim has been identified as David Whitty of South Coffeyville. The school bus driver, 54-year-old William Slater of Oolaga, was not injured. That's a check of today's Wake Up Recap.
And we've got scattered showers and thunderstorms expected through the day. Breezy as well, so hold on to that umbrella. North winds gusting to 25. Most of us should at least reach an early high of 70, but temperatures slowly falling through the afternoon, mid-60s by 4. Showers and storms continuing through the evening, so if you're heading out for Friday night football, keep the umbrella handy. And remember, when thunder roars, head indoors. They'll begin ending from west to east overnight, wrapping up by about 3 a.m. Winds will be calm tonight, back into the low 50s, and then our weekend shaping up to be absolutely amazing as we go into the mid-70s tomorrow, low 80s on Sunday. Not a bad start to the work week, but still looking to heat up a bit toward the second half of next week, but not bad at all.
No. Well, coming up today at noon, we're making hillbilly chili in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
And your morning news continues on KOM with CBS Morning. Super Bowl winning coach turned CBS Sports football analyst Bill with his big picks. Bill Cowher, rather, is live in the studio. I skipped a whole line there with his big picks for Week 1 in the NFL.
Or you can switch on up with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues. This morning, the old Greyhound racetrack in Frontenac is getting new life.
Plus, a look at that big $1 billion Powerball jackpot. What would you do? Cash option last I saw was what, $600 million cash option?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, that's crazy.
Well, you wouldn't see me tomorrow at 5 a.m.
Monday
morning at 5 a.m.
that might be the case. Well, we're going to hear from some other folks in the area on what they might do with that money. It's going to wrap it up for us for now, though. We'll be back here Monday at 5.
And maybe. We'll see you today at noon.
Unless we win.
You'll have to find out. We'll see you then.